What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This is my overview of RECentral 4. Just doing this to help people out. I know a lot of people have asked me, especially, and I've been promising an update video on top of that. So let's jump into it. Now we're going to start at the scene portion. Scene right now I have clicked as a basic scene, as you can see. Sorry, my nose itches. If I click add, I can add different scenes. So I can add another basic scene, which all you would get is really just your gameplay. That's what I use personally. You can add a record scene, a stream scene, chat, and a way scene. They'll give you a generic away scene if you don't have one. I personally recommend you get one. That way you got something nice to show, especially if you're using this program to stream. Now, if I click single, it only allows me to use a single single capture card. So right now you're seeing my face because Live Gamer Extreme is clicked on. If I click down here, Live Gamer HD2, you'll just see my gameplay. You don't have any options to add sources. You have options to tweak the settings, but that's about it. Let's go back to multi. Multi brings you back right here, right where you left off. Nothing changed. I'm glad to see that they fixed that because it used to mess up when you did stuff like this. Perfect. I'm happy with AverMedia for fixing that. Now let's go down to the bottom portion. We're going to talk about the recording settings. You have optimal, good, normal, and default. Optimal gives you 1920 by 1080 at 60 FPS. Good gives you 1920 by 1080 at 30. And normal gives you, normal gives you 1280 by 720 at 30 FPS. I choose default profile because only default profile allows you to add one. And you can even, you used to be able to name it, I believe, but we're not going to go into that. But you can change your codec and whatnot. You can change your format, your profile, resolution, FPS, bit rate, and your bit rate you can actually change to whatever. So I could put 100 and I'll be fine. Now, here in a second, you can change your audio bit rate. Your keyframes always at 2. I will leave that alone. And I just set my optimal quality because I don't fully understand how that works yet. So if I hit OK, after changing my bit rate from 60 to 100, down here, you'll see that my available time to record is 131 hours and 48 minutes. And that's because my bit rate is at 100 in recording quality. Now, if I click over here, I can change my streamer. I can choose a streaming profile. Twitch, YouTube, Nico, Facebook, Mixer, all that stuff is available. I can put in a custom one if it's something else that I don't know about. You can put your ULR in your stream key and click next and go through the setup process and it'll set you up. Your quality settings will be down here. Once you've done that, enable streaming backup. You have two options for this, same as recording, which I would recommend, especially if you got a decent recording. That way, when you go to edit your YouTube videos or your stream highlights, your videos are crisp and you don't have that pixelation that you normally have with high moving games. I just recommend it. Same as streaming quality if you don't have a lot of space like I do. So I have an 8 terabyte hard drive strictly dedicated to my streaming and my recording and all this other stuff. So if you got a nice size hard drive or a dedicated space where you can do that, go with recording. If you don't, choose streaming if you want to save your stuff and make highlights out of them. Now, if I click out of that, let's click recording quality. Quality, you can enable personalized in screen. So you can add your own personalized in screen after you're done recording or after you're done streaming, whatever, or streaming in this case, I should say, sorry. And it'll pop up after you're done and call it a day. Now, next feature is you can multi-stream. So I can add my upload speed. My upload speed limit right now is 20. Or if you're doing multiple services, then you need to have a higher bit rate. Well, I have fiber internet connection, so I got to gig up or gig down approximately. So I can put something right around 500 as my default upload speed. Now I'm gonna need nowhere near that much. So check with your different services, see what their maximum is, add that all together, and that's about your baseline of what you need minimum, and go off of that. You can change the name of it. You can add different profiles. So I can add Twitch and YouTube if I wanted to. I can add Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer if I wanted to, or even Facebook if I wanted to. And then it'll take me through the entire setup process, and then I will go from there, edit everything, and call it a day as well. Now we're going to go to the sources. The sources, I can add multiple sources. I can add another device if I had one, which I don't. I have the Live Gamer Extreme and the Live Gamer HD2, which you see on the left-hand side. And you can do screen capture for your PC. It'll capture the monitor, whatever monitor you want it to capture. You get to click on it, and it'll capture that monitor. So if I want to capture the one that's in front of me, or I can capture the one to the right of me, and I can do that. Video, you can add a video. You can actually add a video and cause it to loop if you want to, and have it play it back. Excuse me. I know a lot of streamers do that, and you can use that while you're streaming. It's like speed runs and whatnot. Images. Here's my image right here. As you can see, this is my retro stream. If I tweaked it all the way, I would have everything edge to edge. That's just my personal preference. Everybody's different. I know there's purists out here. I'm not even about to get into that. You can add text. Now it's a generic text thing. You don't get to add different types of things. So you got a font, whatever font's installed on your computer is what you can choose. And that's really about it. You don't get to add most things or text files like you can with OBS, but you do get to have different effects. So you can have it scrolling or fading in and out. You do get the frame color, the transparency, you get to name the text, and you get to put whatever. So if I wanted to, I could put the Grinch and then type it up there and move it and then put it up here as my header. I'm going to cancel out of that and click right here, web. Now, web stuff I normally use for my alerts. So I will go find my alerts, especially if I'm using stream elements. I'll go find my alerts, copy the ULR, paste it, boom, done. All my alerts are set up, especially because I think they're set up in widgets. And I'm pretty sure you can do that as well with Streamlabs. I haven't tried that yet. Oh, yes, I have. Sorry, it's the same way as OBS. I apologize for that. Ignore me. You know me. I do raw and uncut videos. I don't really care. I mess up. Now we're going to go to the settings. Let's go to the settings, and then we'll come back here because I got to show you about the audio. So you can export your profiles, whatever all your settings are. You can export it if you're changing computers, PCs, hard drives, anything, or if you plan on deleting it, then possibly bringing it back. Then you can export it, save it, and then you can import it, or you can take the file over to a friend's house or whatever. I don't think anybody's really going to do that, but hey, it's there. You can add your YouTube channel. It used to have Facebook and Twitch, I believe, or something else, but right now it just has YouTube, and this is the latest version. So you can add YouTube as your social media account, and I believe you can export your videos right off RECentral from there after live editing. We'll see in a second. Here's your shortcuts. You get this start, stop recording, start, stop microphone. You can turn off your microphone, take snapshots, live editing, and all that other good stuff. Then you can go to general. Here's your save path. You can change your save path, whatever you want your recordings to go to or your streaming recordings to go to, and your language. Here is your media share. So from here, I believe, yeah. So if you had your social media link, you can click on one of these and click share, and it would show share to Facebook, YouTube, if they ever bring those other ones back. But YouTube for right now. Then we're going to go back to the capture screen section. Now here's over here to the right. You can make it full screen. You have an audio mixer. Here's your PC. Here's your, if you have multiple capture cards like I do or devices like I do, here's one. So this is for my gameplay. If I make sure this is the playback device, and the other one is to record it. If these are unchecked, you won't get any sound from any of these. So if I clicked here, which I wouldn't mind having this one unchecked because this is my camera audio, which I never use anyway. Nobody uses that crap unless, you're on a budget. But as you can see, I have a mic right here. So I wouldn't personally use it because it picks up on all the noise. And RECentral doesn't necessarily have a noise gate or anything that you can really use. So I wouldn't recommend that. Here's my mic, my actual external mic, my secondary mic, as you will. And if I wanted to use it, I could click, or if it's muted right now. So if I click unmute, I can click record right here. These aren't playback devices, but I would click record. So if I start recording a game or start streaming a game, it would pick up on this mic. If I don't have those clicked, it won't pick up on anything. So I recommend you check your settings because it's not always clicked. I've had that happen before where it was unchecked. So be wary. Here's your mute device preview. Sometimes you can actually hear things through here, and other times you can just mute it. Some people like it without any sound, and they just like to talk or hear themselves talk. That's all fine, and that's your personal preference. I don't judge anybody. But with that being said, down here is the snapshot. Let me go back, because here you can live edit, and you can take a snapshot here. So if you want to take a thumbnail, whatnot, or just a snapshot of a perfect scene, you can do that. Now, I believe this is a decent overview. This is probably going to be the last one I make for a while, because there's going to be a couple more updates I know AverMedia is going to do. However, like I said, as a recording software, this is great. This is fantastic. If you're recording a series or whatnot, especially in full screen, it's great. I highly recommend it. Now, streaming wise, I don't use it that often for streaming. I use OBS for streaming, and I'm going to continue using OBS for streaming. And that's mainly because the chroma key on RECentral is not all that good. Whereas OBS's chroma key is a little better. I've tried talking to Avery Media about it, but Avery Media is not really going to look at me or listen to anything I have to say personally, and that's perfectly fine. Because as you can see down here in my camera, there's a little green spot showing, whereas in OBS it would not show. But again, I'm nitpicking. It's okay. As a software, it's a-okay, especially as a recording software. I would personally use it as a recording software and then use OBS as a streaming software. But again, that's your personal choice. Thank you for joining the video. I'll see you all next time.